really a beautiful description of how they work. In the Sotheby's catalog, they have an article online that we'll link to, which has a really good explanation. It was largely based on work by Yosef Ofer, who wrote a very important book, the Masorah on Scripture and its Methods, and he wrote a report for Sotheby's describing it. One of his big discoveries, Professor Ofer, was that there were two Masoretes. There's an original Masorete who wrote notes in the manuscript, and another one came along, erased some of the notes of the first Masorete, and then wrote over the erased sections. And this was why they needed to reinforce the parchment. When they erased it, they damaged the parchment. And so they wrote these new notes over the erasure, and sometimes that bottom and top margin would fall off because the erasing requires, it wasn't with a rubber eraser at the back of a pencil. They took a razor and scraped off ink, and that actually damaged the parchment, and that's why they needed to reinforce it.
Wow.
So the very notes that you wanted to check are the ones that are on the damaged parchment. That's what they're doing there now. So Ofer's discovery is that there were two different Masoretes, and so this is a really cool thing. So the second Masorete we know used the Aleppo Codex. And how do we know that? And this is, I think, one of the most significant things about the Sassoon Codex is that there are parts of it that are based on the Aleppo Codex. And why is that important? Because like we said, about a third of the Aleppo Codex is missing. So it is essentially a witness to the Aleppo Codex, particularly the notes of the second Masorete.